Welcome back to the Beyond Football Zone and to a weekend preview, previewing the Premier League action coming up this weekend. And yeah, starting off a big game between Crystal Palace and Manchester City. And yeah, I think Man City obviously would be absolutely buoyed by that 3-0 triumph over high-flying Nottingham Forest last time out. And I think can really see that as a platform to get back on track against the Crystal Palace side, who have been a bit hot and cold this season, I think it's fair to say. So yeah, I think they'll be feeling optimistic coming into this one, that they can really get a run of form going. I'm going to say it will be 2-0 to Man City. Moving on into Brentford against Newcastle at the G-Tech. And yeah, Brentford obviously had a really tough game last time against Villa, kind of wrote it off after the past half an hour, really, didn't they? Being 3-0 down. But yeah, Newcastle, I think a really good performance over Liverpool. The question is, a tough away day coming up, obviously a long way to travel. Could that game have taken it out of them? Who knows? I doubt it, they're professional athletes. But yeah, I think Newcastle will be looking to build from that, really, and need some more encouraging results. But yeah, Brentford are a good team at home. I'm going to say the Bees might nick it 2-1. Moving on then to Aston Villa as they take on Southampton at Villa Park. And yeah, Villa will really take confidence, I think, off that performance against Brentford. And Southampton, yeah, getting pumped by Chelsea. Yeah, it should only really be one result here when you consider the gap between the two teams, but quite often, obviously, it doesn't really work out that way. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to see how this one pans out. But I think, yeah, Villa will probably just have too much. So I'm going to say 2-0 to Villa. Moving on then to Manchester United against Nottingham Forest. And yeah, this is another interesting game. Forest obviously facing two Manchester clubs in the space of a few days. Very tough run of fixtures for them, but they're still doing well this season against the Manchester United side, who are blowing hot and cold, I think it's fair to say, so even under a new manager on the room. So yeah, Forest might see this as an opportunity as well as Manchester United, and I think it's a game that both teams can definitely fancy their chances in, so I'm going to say it could go either way, but I think Manchester United at home will get a win. I'm going to say 2-1. Moving on then to Leicester against Brighton at the King Power. And yeah, Leicester coming into this one, I think, yeah, a bit up and down so far under Ruud van Nistelrooy, so they'll be hoping to get a win here, just to really get some momentum going. But I think Brighton as well under Hazard, maybe the form's just dropped off a bit as well. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting game for both these teams. I think it's another game where both teams will definitely be fancying their chances. A lot of those games coming up this week. But yeah, I think Brighton may just have a bit more quality in the end, and that will show too. I'm moving on into Ipswich against Bournemouth at Portman Road. And yeah, Bournemouth had a great season under Ipswich, I think, kind of remind me of Luton last season in many ways, fighting really hard, likeable manager, likeable squad. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting game, this one, and one that I feel could go either way, definitely. But I think Bournemouth away from home, their quality might just show in the end, but Ipswich do have that fighting spirit, still very much in the relegation zone, not cut adrift by any distance either. I'm going to say Ipswich might scrap it out for a draw. I'm going to say 1-1. Moving on into Fulham against Arsenal at Craven Cottage in the London derby. And yeah, this should be an interesting game. Fulham obviously have pretty strong home form, getting that win over Brighton last time out was an impressive result, I think. And yeah, Arsenal getting that win over Manchester United, they need to start showing results consistency if they really want to challenge Liverpool for the league title, with how impressive they're looking. So yeah, it's a big game for both these sides, but I think Arsenal at home will probably have that extra bit of quality. I'm going to say 2-0 to AFC. Moving on into Tottenham against Chelsea at White Hart Lane. And yeah, this is another interesting game. Could be another game of chaotic football, you know, with the likes of Palmer and Jackson and Madueke that Chelsea have going forward, compared to the likes of Tottenham and the way that they play their football. Yeah, it just does scream lots of goals coming up in this game. And one, yeah, I think both teams will fancy. Chelsea maybe in better shape at the moment, but I think Tottenham could well squeeze a draw at home. I'm going to say 2-2. Maybe on into West Ham against Wolves at the London Stadium. And yeah, this is another intriguing game. West Ham coming into this one, yeah, I think will probably be feeling relatively confident against the Wolves side that are struggling, but of course Wolves I think will be feeling likewise. It's been dubbed the El Sacchio in many ways, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a losing manager be dismissed from their job. I'm going to say 2-0 to West Ham. And finally, the Merseyside derby coming out this weekend, Everton against Liverpool, the last derby at Goodison Park. And yeah, unfortunately I don't think it's going to be a great game for Liverpool, this one, in all fairness. I think, yeah, Liverpool will be really up for this. I think first derby under Erne Slot, and yeah, the way they've been performing recently, I can see it being a pretty comfortable win for them, and Everton just not quite having the quality to match, making it disappointing last game at Goodison against Liverpool.
Anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily football news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.